Just how good is your science knowledge? Well, we're about to find out, because this quiz is on science that everybody probably should know. And if you do make any mistakes, well, that's okay. It's a great way to learn. So let's begin the quiz. If you heat water from -5 to 100 Celsius at sea level, what phase changes will it undergo? Liquid, gas, solid, solid, liquid, gas, or solid, gas? The correct option, solid, liquid, gas. Which substance makes up the largest portion of the human body by percentage? Is it water, protein, or fat? The answer is water. Approximately how long would it take light to travel once around the Earth? 13, 0.13, or 0.00013 seconds? It would take 0.13 seconds. What happens to the gravitational force between two objects as they move farther apart? It increases, it stays the same, or it decreases? The answer, it decreases. Photosynthesis converts light energy into chemical energy in plants. Is that false or is it true? That is true. What do cells in our body combine with glucose to produce energy? Is it nitrogen, oxygen, or carbon? The answer is oxygen. What is the smallest unit of matter that retains all its chemical properties? An atom, molecule, or quark? That would be an atom. The densest part of an atom, containing almost all of its mass, is the nucleus, electrons, or protons. The answer is the nucleus. DNA, the molecule that carries genetic information, is found in which? All living things, only animals and plants, or only humans? The answer is all living things. What are the basic structural and functional units of living organisms? Tissues, organs, or cells? They are cells. Will a gas always expand to fill the entire volume of its container? No or yes? The answer, yes it will. In a closed system, the total mass before and after a chemical reaction is which? Less, the same, or greater? It is the same. Which changes to matter are usually irreversible? Physical or chemical? Usually irreversible are chemical changes. Which gas makes up the majority of the air we breathe? Is it argon, oxygen, or nitrogen? The majority is nitrogen. What percentage of Earth's dry atmosphere is not nitrogen or oxygen? 25, 10, or 1%? The answer, only 1%. Close to where are most space rockets launched to reduce fuel requirements? The North Pole, the Equator, or the South Pole? The answer, the Equator. What are preserved remains or traces of ancient organisms called? Are they fossils, sediments, or minerals? They are fossils. What two elements primarily make up the Earth's core? Lead and nickel, iron and lead, or iron and nickel? It's mostly iron and nickel. What waves create the shaking and ground movement that we experience as an earthquake? Are they electromagnetic waves, seismic waves, or sound waves? They are seismic waves. In which part of the water cycle does liquid water turn into a gas? Precipitation, evaporation, or condensation? That is evaporation. What acts as an electrical insulator, allowing positive and negative charges to build up in a thundercloud? Is it air, ice, or water droplets? It is the air. A lightning bolt can heat the air it passes through to hotter than the surface of the sun. Is that false or true? That is true. If you hear thunder 5 seconds after seeing lightning, approximately how far away was the strike? 50, 5, or 1 mile? The answer, 1 mile. Which theory describes the emergence of the universe from an incredibly hot and dense point? Atomic, Big Bang, or God theory? That is the Big Bang theory. According to the Big Bang theory, approximately how old is the universe? 13.8 billion, 4.5 billion, or 500 million years? The answer is 13.8 billion years. Does the universe have a central point where the Big Bang happened? Which do you think, no or yes? The answer is no, it doesn't. Most birds have hollow bones. Which of these does not? A duck, a seagull, or a penguin? The correct option there, penguin. What are the only mammals capable of true self-powered flight? Sugar gliders, bats, or flying squirrels? The answer, bats. What is the green pigment in plants that helps absorb sunlight? Is it melanin, carotene, or chlorophyll? It is chlorophyll. Mitosis and meiosis refer to what process in the body? Cell division, nerve signaling, or circulation? They refer to cell division. Are light and heat the same thing? Which do you think, no or yes? The answer, no they're not. What are the smallest possible particles of electromagnetic energy? Electrons, photons, or atoms? They are photons. Which of these does a photon carry? A charge, energy, or mass? It carries energy. Does sound need a medium to travel? No or yes? The answer, yes it does. Why does water boil at lower temperatures on a high mountain? Colder temperatures, lower air pressure, or less oxygen? The answer, lower air pressure. Is the air temperature always colder on the mountain top than at its base? No or yes? The answer, surprisingly, it's not always colder. Which of these metals reacts violently with cold water? Mercury, magnesium, or potassium? The answer, potassium. What is the region of space that shields Earth from solar and cosmic particle radiation? The exosphere, magnetosphere, or troposphere? The answer, the magnetosphere. If Earth's outer core became solid, would Earth lose its magnetic field? No or yes? The answer, yes it would. The movement of which particle is the cause of magnetism in an atom? Neutrons, electrons, or protons? That is the electrons. Does the Moon have a global magnetic field like Earth's? No or yes? The answer, no it doesn't. Which scientist formulated the principle that every force has an equal and opposite force? Sir Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, or Nikola Tesla? That was Sir Isaac Newton. The speed needed to break free of Earth's gravity is known as what? Orbital, escape, or terminal velocity? That is escape velocity. What does the gravitational attraction between two objects depend on? Their mass and distance apart, their speed and shape, or temperature and volume? It depends on their mass and distance apart. If the Sun's gravity constantly pulls the planets inward, why do they maintain their orbit? Their magnetic fields repel the Sun's, their gravity pushes back, or because of their inertia? It's because of their inertia. Which is correct? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, can be destroyed, or can be created. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. Archimedes' principle explains which? Friction, buoyancy, or magnetism? It explains buoyancy. If the buoyant force is greater than the object's weight, it floats or it sinks. The answer, it floats. Would it be possible to make a ship out of concrete? No or yes? The answer, yes, and it was done in World War II. Kepler's laws of planetary motion are three laws describing the movement of planets around what? The Sun, the Milky Way, or the universe? The answer, the Sun. According to Kepler's second law, a planet moves faster when it's where in its orbit? Farthest from the Sun or closest to the Sun? It's faster when it's closest to the Sun. Whose theory says gravity is not a force but rather a manifestation of the curvature of space-time? Kepler's, Einstein's, or Newton's? The answer, Einstein's. In areas of stronger gravity, time passes more slowly or more quickly? The answer, slowly. Elements are arranged in the modern periodic table in order of increasing what? Atomic radius, atomic number, or atomic mass? The answer, atomic number. The atomic number represents the number of what in the nucleus of an atom? Is it electrons, neutrons, or protons? It's the number of protons. What is the first element on the periodic table with an atomic number of 1? Nitrogen, hydrogen, or helium? The answer, hydrogen. What do elements in the same column of the periodic table share? Similar properties, same density, or same atomic mass? The answer, similar properties. The Sun generates its energy through the nuclear fusion of hydrogen into what? Carbon, uranium, or helium? The answer is helium. Elements with unstable nuclei are which? Always gases, inert, or radioactive? They are radioactive. What strikes a heavy, unstable atom to split it apart in nuclear fission? An electron, neutron, or proton? The answer, a neutron. Which isotope is the most common fuel used in nuclear reactors? Uranium-235, oxygen-16, or carbon-12? The answer, uranium-235. The universe's two most abundant elements, hydrogen and helium, were primarily formed in black holes, in stars, or during the Big Bang. They were formed during the Big Bang. Virtually all the elements in the human body, except hydrogen and helium, were made in stars. Is that true or false? That's true, you're made of stardust. What scale indicates the relative concentration of hydrogen ions versus hydroxide ions in a solution? Mohs, pH, or Richter scale? That is the pH scale. A solution with a pH of 3 is considered which? Basic, neutral, or highly acidic? That is highly acidic. The reaction of acid plus base equals which? Water, salt and heat, water and salt only, or water only? It is water, salt and heat. All alkalis are bases, but not all bases are alkalis. Is that false or true? That is true. An alkali is a specific type of base that is soluble in what? Water, alcohol, or oil? The answer, water. Hand soap is which? Slightly acidic, neutral, or slightly basic? It is slightly basic. What is an ion? An atom with no nucleus, an atom with an electric charge, or a neutral atom? It is an atom with an electric charge. What is formed when two or more atoms chemically bond together? A molecule, a proton, or an element? That is a molecule. What is the most abundant form of oxygen in the air we breathe? O3, O2, or O? It is O2. What element forms the basis of all organic molecules? Silicon, hydrogen, or carbon? That is carbon. Which serve as the body's fundamental building blocks for muscles, bones, skin and tissues? Proteins, carbohydrates, or fat? The answer, proteins. Enzymes are a specific type of protein that do what? Produce net energy, speed up chemical reactions, or store genetic information? Enzymes speed up chemical reactions. Which of these is the smallest? A cell, virus, or bacterium? The smallest there is a virus. Do viruses need host cells to reproduce? No or yes? The answer, yes they do. According to most biologists, a virus is deemed living, yes or no? The answer is no. Each individual bacterium consists of how many cells? 3 or more, 2 or 1? They are one cell. A typical adult human body consists of slightly more bacteria than human cells. Is that true or false? That is true. Antibiotics kill which? Only bacteria, bacteria and human cells, or bacteria and viruses? They kill only bacteria. What does pasteurization use to kill microbes? Filtration, heat, or antibiotics? It uses heat. What can escape from inside a black hole's event horizon? Nothing, light, or time. The answer, nothing can escape. What are meteoroids that burn up in the atmosphere called? Meteorites, meteors, or asteroids? They are meteors. What is the densest planet in the solar system? Neptune, Mars, or Earth? The answer is Earth. Which planet is covered in rust? Mars, Mercury, or Venus? That is Mars. What makes up most of the mass in the universe? Hydrogen, ordinary matter, or dark matter? That is dark matter. We know dark matter exists because it emits electromagnetic radiation, its gravity effects, or scientists have created it. The answer is gravity effects. What makes up 99.8% of our solar system's mass? Is that dark matter, the sun, or the planets? That is the sun. Sound travels faster in solids than in air. Is that false or true? That's true. Which scientific theory is also known as descent with modification? The Big Bang Theory, theory of evolution, or theory of relativity? That is the theory of evolution. Have sharks been around for longer than trees? Which do you think, yes or no? The answer, yes they have. Is the coldest layer of Earth's atmosphere the one farthest from the surface? Yes or no? The answer, no it's not. What is a light year a unit of? Is it energy, distance, or time? It's a unit of distance. What does a fan inside a vacuum cleaner do to the internal pressure? It maintains a balance, it decreases it, or it increases it. The correct one there, it decreases it. Radiocarbon dating is used to determine the age of which? Metals, stars, or organic materials? That's for organic materials. Neuroscience states that the brain always favours the right hemisphere for thoughts. Is that false or true? That one is false. The right hemisphere of the brain controls muscles and functions of the left side of the body. Is that false or true? That one is true. What signalling do neurons use to communicate and coordinate actions? Electrical and chemical, chemical only, or electrical only? They use both electrical and chemical. What type of energy is stored in a battery? Magnetic, electrical, or chemical? It stores chemical energy. One final question, just to give you something to think about. Why don't dolphins have gills? If you enjoy these type of quizzes, there's more science quizzes here. If you'd like to just broaden your general knowledge, I recommend starting with these quizzes. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on another quiz.